human phenomenon, cultural phenomenon. And in terms of things that should not have been made.
Why you think of that?
Yeah.
I wish somebody would do a reality show about people who have left a reality show and the addiction to that.
I want to do, I've said forever, I think I told you about this, we should do after reality.
It's
like, where is the cast of Big Brother 1?
For sure.
Do you remember George, the chicken man, left his family, left his world, and came out to Hollywood? He thought he was going to be a big star. Nobody knew what reality meant back then either.
No.
And they all thought they were like big stars, and they just rolled on to the next show, left these guys behind. Nothing ever happened. I mean, none of them.
Yeah, but those people are still they're on the circuit because there are those
they?
Survivor conventions. There's those Big Brother conventions. So you see those people pop up for $5,000 here, $2,000 there.
I'd love to see what's going on with that.
No, you have to see it because it's so crazy.
I've never heard of these conventions you're talking about.
No,
I'm
telling you, they're like in Poughkeepsie and like there's one in like, Kissimmee, St. Cloud. But there is this moment where, I've seen it before where someone gets off of a reality show, a season or two goes by and they try so hard to get back on that reality show because they miss that instant gratification and that fame.
Right. So when people talk about, and you talk to famous people all the time. So when people talk about, I did that addiction to fame thing for True Hollywood Stories. And what I was saying, like, people that are famous, they generally find fame better. Generally, it's losing the fame they freak out about.
I would rather not have it.
Right.
Ever.
And so the losing it gets people all upset, and therefore they're willing to do things that maybe expose them to whatever and shame. And then sometimes there's parts of themselves they don't want to share with the world, and all of a sudden they're shared. And that, oh my God, that's going to cause me to lose my fame. And they get preoccupied with losing their position. Not that it's so hard to be famous. They get, what's so hard about it?
No. It's losing it. But I also wonder, look, I think about Lindsay Lohan all the time.
Yeah.
And the
That's
fact
not
that
good.
No, I just feel
Well, let's talk about her.
No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. To have that much talent and to be that beautiful.
Okay, let's start with that. So we agree. I mean, Parent Trap, genius. Right?
Genius.
Yeah.
Talented.
Yeah.
Can sing.
Yeah.
Was beautiful. I think what happened to her is a shame because if you think about, we all had that one friend that our parents always said, oh my God, this person brings out the worst in you.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe you're friends with that person.
Yeah.
Imagine if
Was
that
what
one
said
girlfriend.
about you, Justin?
No.
Oh, okay. So your mom said that about somebody. Okay,
No,
got
you
it.
should always say that about
Got
somebody
it.
else. Like that person brings out the worst in you. Imagine if that person was your mother. You know what I mean? It was like the perfect storm because she got the fame. Her mother got sucked into the whole thing. And I don't think it was Dina's fault. I just think her mom got sucked into the fame as well. So there was no one there to guide either of them.
Well, and then Michael, whom I love, Michael Lohan, it had his issues.
Yeah.
And that was not good for Lindsay. And I think Michael would agree with that. And then Lindsay got severe addiction. And then you throw that in there, and then all bets are off.
For sure.
That was addict stuff that she was getting involved with. And I had this image of her like without a limb or something because I just kept thinking she's going to really hurt herself. Thank God she didn't. I mean, the fact that she left this country is probably a great thing for her.
The best thing.
Yeah.
I actually saw her last summer in Mykonos, and she looked great and she looked healthy. But it just reminded me, I mean, you deal with celebrities all the time. They're surrounded by yes people. Mm-hmm. So the minute they hear no, they can find 10 other yes people around there that's going to want them in that, in that cloud, in that moment so they can be a part of that.
Right.
And that's the sad part.
Right. So the access, they're willing to sacrifice the human being to the access to the celebrity.
Amen.
Yeah. And does she have anybody trustworthy around her now? Anybody she can rely on? Or?
That's the thing. I don't know. I have no clue if she has anybody around her. It seems like she's doing better and she's moving on and she's like in the next phase of her life. But the thought of being that on top, being on every magazine, being in every movie, having your picture taken.
I don't think that did anything for her. I don't think she liked that. Did she?
I think she loved it.
Oh, did she?
And I think now that she doesn't have it, I think it's killing her.
Oh, well.
Killing her.
That would be the usual fame story.
That's the
come
usual
on.
thing.
Yeah.
I've tried to get out of a Bentley and show my vagina, but no one wants to take that photo. People were paying for that one.
If you have a vagina, I think people will pay for that image. I'm just saying. I think that would be kind of intriguing.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, like back in the day, they were like, there was all these, like, they were doing all these things. It was different.
It was different. It was before social media. They were the preoccupation before social media.
Paris, Lindsay, Brittany, that was it.
That was it. Those and to some extent, what's her name? Who's now just completely out of
Nicole Richie. Nicole was in it, but Nicole got out of it because Nicole had that moment with DJ AM.
Oh, really? Is that what got her?
So Nicole checked herself out of that real quick.
Because I would AM was one of my. I really had kind of we weren't friends, but he was a dear relationship for me, and I would use him all the time to help get people sober.
Yeah,
he was extremely effective, and he was always being of service to people all the time. That's all he did.
I heard he was an unbelievable person.
Oh, yeah.
But Nicole Richie, I mean, I know this is sad to say, but sometimes losing somebody really turns shit around for you.
Oh, yeah.
And puts it in perspective.
And especially somebody like AM's. The other addicts who saw him go out, that was so stunning to everybody.
Yeah.
Because this was a wonderful recovery. And all of a sudden he's out and he's dying. Oh, my God, there were so many horror. You don't know. There were so many horrors to his story. So you got in a plane accident. He got burned.
Survived.
He survived, was appropriately put on pain medicine and anxiety medicine because he had PTSD. Then it was the middle of the opiate epidemic, and he had doctors going, why aren't you taking more of these things? I'm telling you, I'm your doctor. Don't listen to those people trying to brainwash you that you need to get off these things.
Yeah.
Literally, I was dealing with that. Like his lifetime, his therapist for many years, she would bring in recovering people. They got him off everything. He was doing well. And literally his doctor would go, what are you doing? You're letting these people brainwash you. I'm the doctor. Take these medicines.
That's crazy.
You tell that to a drug addict. Are you effing kidding me? It's on at that point. The last time they did that to him and put him back on benzodiazepine and opiates, lethal combination, went out on cocaine, and that was that.
My God. It's really scary.
Oh, well, then I can't even tell you how horrible that all was. I was in Jeff Conway's dead because of it. Mike Starr is dead because of it. People now are kind of understanding. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Mike Starr called me. We worked so hard getting him sober. It was a miracle. He was a really bad drug addict. Remember the guy from Alice in Chains?
Yeah.
He was doing great, and all of a sudden one day me and Bob were working with him, and he goes, I'm moving to Utah. We're like, oh, Mike, please don't do that. Something. When an addict does that, it's like never. Something's up. He goes, look, I'm going to live at Circle Lodge. There's a sober living there. I got to get music going again in my life. I got a band I'm going to live with. They're all sober guys. We're like, all right, doesn't sound right, but okay, stay in touch with us. Calls me. He goes, I'm having back pain. I go, Mike, whatever you do,
don't touch it.
Don't tell a doctor. Don't tell a doctor you have back pain. 2 weeks later, dead with the pain medicine at his bedside.
Look. I'm telling you right now, I grew up in the hood. When black people had crack issues, it was a problem. When white people started dying from opioids, it was an epidemic.
Yeah. So that was unconscionable. It was the fact that the medical community separated those two epidemics in that way. I am ashamed of my profession for them doing so. It's not okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's acknowledgement, at least in the medical community, that was not okay.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, because so we made the crack epidemic a criminal problem, and the opiate epidemic.
Hey,
well, that's an epidemic.
That's a crisis that we need to figure out.
It is. Well, you know what it is. It's people are going to love this.
Say it, Dr. Drew. No, we're here to be honest.
It's white supremacy.
It's white privilege,
which really is white supremacy. Which is white people looking at everything through the prism of their whiteness.
100%.
And it is a problem. You know how I really where the scales fell from my eyes a bit. I'm white guy. How much can they really fall from my eyes? But reading Frederick Douglass's biography, he is so clear on this stuff. He's so clear, and he started going after Abraham Lincoln. I'm like, no, not Abraham Lincoln. I go, yeah, he's right.
He's right.
Not. I always knew Abraham Lincoln was a racist.
Yeah,
but he's also a white supremacist.
You didn't realize how deep it went.
I didn't know, and so it helped me like come to terms with my own stuff and where I see it out in the world. And one of the big places was that crack epidemic.
Have you seen the Chelsea Handler documentary on Netflix?
I've not yet, but let me just finish one thing. Please, everybody, don't get put off with the term white supremacy. I'm not talking about skinheads.
No,
I'm talking about like white privilege doesn't quite characterize it. It's white.
It's
European exceptionalism or something.
It's your white.
Yeah.
I mean, white privilege is the best thing. I mean, I don't know.
That's too soft.
It's white privilege plus.
Yeah, okay, privilege plus. So go ahead. What's her name?
Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Chelsea Handler, Gary? Have you seen the Chelsea Handler?
I've only seen a few clips of it. I haven't watched it all the way through.
You've got to watch it all the way through.
Copy that.
And I don't know if Chelsea Handler gets the recognition that she deserves for not only tackling something that is taboo in her community, but sticking with it, promoting it, and not being afraid for people to call her out on her own white privilege while trying to learn about it.
Oh, this was Hi Chelsea, it's privilege or whatever. Yeah,
it's called. I can't. Gail, can you look up what it's called? It's unreal.
Okay, I'll watch it.
I had to watch it twice.
Okay,
because it was so good, and I couldn't believe how deep she went through it and how she really let people call her ass out.
Oh, sure.
About her own white privilege. And she said, I got it. Like, I understand it.
You can't do it to yourself very well.
Hello, privilege. It's me, Chelsea.
Yes.
Hello, privilege.
Hello, privilege. It's me, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Unbelievable documentary.
Okay, I'll watch it. Done and done. Yeah, I've gotten I've gotten very interested in Reconstruction because of this. Because I really believe, and it must have affected your family. Your family been here for a long time. In this country?
my family's been here for a minute.
Yeah. Is Reconstruction was such a catastrophe. I feel like, and again, through the eyes of Frederick Douglass, who almost thought it was worse than slavery itself. The whole Reconstruction period was such a catastrophe.
It's so crazy, but
and so I'm reading a bunch about it right now. I just can't get enough because I'm an idiot. You know what I mean?
Where'd you grow up?
In Southern California.
You see, you didn't know.
I did not know.
Although
I had lots of patients from Mississippi, and there was a big exodus into this area. In like the early part of the 20th century.
Yeah.
And I had loads and loads of patients from the South, particularly Mississippi, and but never understood.
But it's, living there, you get this sense of like, and it's not until you leave it that you realize what you had been living through for the last 22 years. I lived in South Louisiana for 22 years. The little town that I grew up in was amazing, but there was a railroad track and there was a black side and a white side, and one side was better than the other. And I went to a private school in junior high and high school, and my friends' parents would drop me off at the track. They wouldn't want to cross it.
Oh my God.
Because they were afraid, because it was always this thing that this neighborhood was terrible. I don't think anyone got shot in my neighborhood until I was 16. And when I say that, I mean in the sense that everyone thought it was like this crime-infested place, but really it wasn't that. It just was,
different.
It was different. The housing was different because they didn't put any money into that side of town. Yeah. The roads were fucked because no one, again, put money into that side of town.
But there in the South, the reality is there was active
racism.
Not strong enough word.
There was active bigotry, and
it was an attempt to recreate the culture of the 19th century. In the eyes of these people, where you as an African American person have to be in a certain position relative to them, and that was just that. And literally killing people to prevent them from going to the ballot box. There was right after the war, there was a bunch of African American representatives.
Yeah,
it was looking good, and then the Democrats took over in the Congress, and it just. Do you ever read from that period? It's just. There was a New York Times article last weekend, the best, most concise little review of that period of history I've ever seen. I think I took a picture of it.
Send it to me.
It was from a Harvard professor.
We'll post it on our Instagram.
And I thought, oh my God, it is so. He got it all down. It's such a complicated history, and he just. Got it down. Oh, I think I threw it away. Did I throw it away? Hold on here. Why all this nonsense? Nonsense. Oh, here it is. There it is. The Lost Cause Built Jim Crow, it's called. How can I...
Text it.
I must have your number.
Give it to me. I'll get it to you. This is amazing.
337, that you?
Yeah, that's mine. Don't say the rest of it, Dr. Drew. Have people calling my ass at all hours of the night.
It's coming to you now. All right, let me talk about our friends at Purple Mattress. Yes, lots of mattresses out there. You ever use one of these Purple mattresses? We use them.
I actually have one.
Me too. They're really good. They are really good. If you're struggling to get a good night's sleep, you must try Purple. They're like nothing else. They feel different than anything you've ever experienced. Uses a brand new material developed by an actual rocket scientist. It's not like that memory foam you're used to. It's just you can get out of it easily. It's just perfect. It really is just a great mattress. Feels unique because it's both firm and soft. Keeps everything supported while feeling comfortable, breathable, so you're cool. And we have a 100-night risk-free trial if you're not fully satisfied.